Well, the top news story out of America today caught my eye only for the fact of the name was La David Johnson. And of course, people around YouTube who are looking at different things to do with science and other things to do with history, especially Egypt, would be well aware of the Dave Johnson channel. And you should check that out. And of course, he has nothing to do with this. And people have names like that because their father was called Johnson and they just happen to like the name David. I mean, there's levels here. So people carry on a bit too much on some things. You've got to be able to separate the SHIT from the clay, as we say in Australia. But we have La David, and of course LA, Los Angeles, but La in French. I don't need to tell you, do I? It should be Le David, shouldn't it? But of course David itself, which I've examined before, David, Diana, the moon, the fish's idea, we know the furnish idea, or you should, but of course you won't maybe, unless you've been watching my videos, because very few people will cover that. That's where I'll shout out to Histros, and today there are probably only two I can think of offhand that have really covered this. Maybe more will get online there. Like to see Ye-Man, there's an interesting YouTuber, follows me around here and does some good work. You could do something like that, maybe you have, correct me if I'm wrong. And other people, there are quite a few. Now, Franco Freedom, there's one for Franco. Franco's channel's back, he told me. So go and say hi to Franco, and come on Franco, really cover the best. Don't just whack up anything. Look, and even make a bit yourself, and talk about these issues. Even if you use subtitles, because I know your English isn't, easy for everyone to understand. Speak slowly. Just do a few words at a time, mate. You can do great videos. I know you're a good-hearted guy, and you've got half an idea on these things, and even more than half an idea. So get out there and make some stuff there, Franco, and give Franco a comment or something, because he's just a smaller tuber and he got dealt a blow there recently. But anyway, this is Trump and La David. Well, I don't need to tell you, do I? You can look at this photo. I'm sure Histros will look at this. Quite an amazing story in the press there today. And I looked up Fred Hunter, because the Fred Hunter, I'll show you here. This is the Fred Hunter funeral parlour in LA. And so we've got a bit of LA going on here. And this one's Toys for Tots. Gee, they love teas, don't they? Look, teas for tots. It's all tot and pop. And they're quite common ideas with these people, as you know. Fred Hunter, you can see the look here. Of course, since 1890, 99. This is where it's at. Was another one here. Here's their phone number. 989. Interesting. 99 there. And, well, we have here. So, good old Fred Hunter. Good on you, Fred. Donna told this MS here. It's funny, gay. It's supposed to be married, and it's Maisha, but it's MS. Ms. Not Mrs., but Ms. That's the way everything's going, of course. And on Good Morning America, mentioned here, and not remembering the name. And how could you, that's a pretty easy one to remember, isn't it now? Well, there we go. Maisha. So an interesting story about Donna, and here's Trump. And then he's saying the opposite, so many this way, that way. Oh, there's another Johnson. A couple of Johnsons in involved on this. And of Florida. Everything going to Florida all the time. And of course, that's a Trump home. Well, some interesting ideas in all of this. The triangles here. Well, they're interesting hands we have. And this will be the opposite, hard to see. Oh, not the Lowy Institute. I'm sure this is our mate Lowy. I'm sure I've looked at this before. Hang on. Yes, this is from Frank, Mr. Westfield himself. And quite a thing, eh? It's all to do with the migration, you see, it's involved. And here we go. Very interesting company indeed. Oh, don't tell me this is their office. A night at the Lowy Institute. And this looks like it's in Sydney. There's an Australian politician, Joe Hockey. Look, who's this speaking? Merkel, is it? Looks like Merkel to me. Oh, I tell you, Australia and Canada. Oh, looks like Kubrick's idea a bit. This is very, very interesting indeed. Thermometers and Lowy. This symbol for this has come up with Lowy. Where are we, Lowy? Climate change. Lowy's under climate change. And anyway, it should tell you, you know, behind the black door. These little interesting seahorse looking mermany things. And number 31. Who's this here? Robert Thompson. The 2015 Lowy Institute Media Award. Low events, eh? Interesting stuff there. There's another media award, and look what you get. Oh yes, just the blue ball. And here's something I've said before and thought about. Africa is now a big new thing too, just like China was years ago. You'll see Africa now emerge, some sort of African super economy of some sort coming. Girl in the red dress. Lowy Institute poll. You know the check. Oh, and here's Rupert, is it? Oh, here's Rupert, of all people, eh? Oh, Roots. So he gave a lecture there back those years ago. Very involved, all these people together, of course. And here's the man himself. So interesting people involved in this, that is for certain. And when the generals talk, you better listen to him. It's a song by an Australian corrupted band, of course, Midnight Oil. Become a politician now, he's doing the rounds again with the band, but the generals talk. It's an interesting song anyway, and that's an interesting logo, as you can see, and totally wrapped up with the Lowy Institute. This is quite an interesting thing. Is this his son in the Dead Daisies? Dead Daisies. David Lowy. Who isn't connected? Who is not connected? There's Howard. You know the Howard name in history. Howard and Lowy together. And Howard Famous on the right, and Castrato Gillard, the gill here, as you can see through the neck. Opposite, you see, this one more socialist, I should say, the other one more fascist, let's call it that, but he's smiling every way. And here's Peter S. Lowy. There's a whole fleet of Lowies going around. Stephen Lowy. It's quite a scene, the Lowy scene. Solo Lowies, there, hands in pockets. And also he's the godfather of Australian football. And I was showing how the Putz family are the godfathers of Paraguayan football. I'll do a bit more on them soon. Interesting idea here, the spinning globe, as we can see, for Australia. And very interesting picture. And purple. Where's purple? Oh, we've got the hands all going on here. So it's so many levels, so many things it involves, that's for certain. That's an interesting thing. It's always the ball there, isn't it? Certainly a big ballist. Oh, is this Rockefeller? Like him, doesn't it? They're all a bit related. They are in the jet or something. Oh, and Masada. Masada, another saga in the whole of this history. A lot of ones in that. 1, 1, 1, 1. 11, 11. And 4, 4. Interesting name, eh? I showed recently in a video the Ma. There was a thing there with Ma, Ma, Ma going down the page. And this is the thing. Pa and Ma. Ma and Pa kettle. Certainly very interesting words come from that. And a knowledge of those ideas certainly helps you unravel a lot of the what's told to us and isn't exactly right. And when you see these repeated themes, Pan, of course, with Pa, and Ma, like martyr, mart, many things with the Ma idea.